How's it going, everybody? I am coming to you tonight to show you how to take your audio for an audiobook, okay, that you've recorded and format it correctly for ACX. So this is for narrators, engineers, anybody who is trying to take audio that they have either received or they have narrated themselves and turn it into the correct formatted file for ACX to accept it in order for it to upload through Amazon to Audible and iTunes, etc. Okay, if you're looking at the screen here, you can see that I am in Adobe Audition. Okay, and basically what we're going to do here is make sure my picture is popping out down here. You're going to see I have some audio in here, okay? And let's see.
Do you want to earn a degree from Syracuse University?
This is
But need
just
the flexibility
some
of online classes?
audio I did for a commercial. That's going to not work down there, is it? So I'll have to maybe make my screen a little bit smaller, maybe like that. Okay, there we go. So that works. So anyways, what let's see, I don't know why this is doing this. Here we go. Okay, so anyways, we have the audio here. Okay, this is a raw audio. Okay, and I am in Adobe Audition. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do before I format the file is I always EQ. Okay, I always put an EQ in first before I do anything. All right. Now, in Adobe Audition, I personally, you have all these different things that you can do. I personally like the Parametric Equalizer. All right, and this allows you to, if you watch this.
Do you want to earn a degree from Syracuse
This allows you
University,
to look
but
at
need
the actual
online
wave
classes?
as it's going through. Okay, and you can take these different points and raise them up and down as you see fit. And what they do is
Online bachelor's degrees are now available for part-time study in cybersecurity administration, creative leadership, and knowledge management.
you can
It's not too late to get
hear the
started.
difference with what you have. Okay, this is a specific setting that I have that I've made a couple for myself. It starts off as a default.
Do you want to earn a degree from
So if I
Syracuse
was
University, but need the flexibility of online classes? Online bachelor's degrees are now available for part-time study in cybersecurity administration.
Okay, so hopefully you can hear that. Well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and equalize this. Okay, so I'm going to do that. All right. Now I have this file that has been equalized. Okay, and you can see that it is going all the way up to 0 and past 0. Now the next part that we're going to do is a couple things. If you run into a situation where you equalize your file and you come across this where you've got some large peaks, okay, I'm going to recommend doing something here, and it's important because the next part we're going to do is we're going to raise all of this up. So ACX requires you to have some certain things. Okay, they require you to have an RMS between -17 and -23. Okay, and that is the I think it's like the rate mean squared or something, and basically that's just the overall volume of the piece, so that they can keep it uniform, so people listening to it can actually hear, the audio, and it's loud enough. Okay, and so that's what we're going to be doing. But by doing that, all of this audio in here is going to it's going to get really high. Okay, so I'm actually going to come in here and I'm actually going to hard limit this at 3. Okay, I'm going to actually hard limit that at 3 because if I put that into what I'm about to do, it's going to go ahead and clip and do all kinds of stuff there. This doesn't necessarily normally happen. I think what happened is this is a piece of audio that I actually had already done some work to. So even though it was a raw file, I had already done some things too. But it still goes. We can still go through the processes, and you can see how to do it. All right, now in Adobe Audition, what you do is you come over here. It's really simple. All right, you come over to these little two arrows over here, and you come down to loudness. All right, and that pulls up this box. Now over here, what this is it has a drop-down menu, all right, in this box right here, and it allows you to pick a bunch of different things, okay? And you can actually pick any of these. We're going to pick total RMS, all right? Now, I personally, just for my own use, of always do -20. You can do -17, you can do -23, but I found anywhere in between there. I found that -20 is the middle of the road, and it generally works for me. That's just what I've always done. Now, down here on this side here, you can actually scan. You can scan what the audio is currently at, and it will tell you. And you can see down here that the current total RMS of the audio is actually 2167, so it's actually not that bad. But we're going to go ahead and put this in here. All right, so all you do is you drag your audio over into this. All right, now when you over here, you can change that. So you might come up, it might be something totally different, but change it to somewhere between -17 and -23. Okay, then you're going to hit run. All right, now it raised my audio. Now again, the reason why it didn't go up very much is because this audio has already had work to it, so I've probably already compressed it and raised it, so it's already pretty much that way. So if I scanned it again, you're going to see that right down here, the total RMS is -20. Okay? Now, they also want to make sure that you are doing your, the overall peak is no more than -3. All right, and you can see my true peak, or my peak amplitude over here, is -1.18. So I'm going to come here. All right, well actually, so in my case, most of you at this point, all right, so what we've done so far, let's just back up here. All right, we have EQ'd your raw audio. We have taken it over, put it into the total RMS. We hit run. Now the file's here. The next thing that I actually would do, okay, is I would come over here and I would go to my NS1 plugin, which is noise suppressor, because again, what you're seeing here in this audio is that I've already done work to this audio, so you're not seeing anything rise. But most people, when you raise the audio that much, you're going to see a lot of different. You're going to see a lot more noise down here because you've raised the audio quite a bit. Okay, so what you're going to do at this point is you're going to apply your NS1. Okay. Now that that's applied, that takes away any of the background noise in and out of the audio. All right, then I just come back to default, and I come up here, and I'm going to hard limit at -3. Okay, so that way that you meet all the criteria that ACX asks for. Okay, when it comes to the total, the RMS, all right, the total volume. Okay, is at the right is at the right volume, and your peak is at the right peak. Okay, now let's go and I'm going to show you how you save this file. All right, they want it saved in MP3. Okay, your title the title of that particular file must match the title of the first part of the title that you actually say. So if it's chapter 1 in the book and you say chapter 1, you must name that file chapter 1. If it says 1, you must say 1 and name it 1. Okay, it has to match up. ACX is very particular about this. You have to match up. So if this was to say chapter, like if I said chapter 1 in the beginning here, I would have to name this chapter 1. Okay, it's very important. So, you know, if I say chapter 1, okay, I would have to name this chapter 1. All right, it has to be MP3 file. All right, down here it has to be 44.1 hertz mono, okay? 16-bit. I have been able to do a 32 float before, but 16 is what they ask for. All right, and they also ask for 192 kbps. Other places like I know when I submit things like Voices 123 and stuff, they want 128, anywhere from like 92 to 128. But we're talking about ACX, and this is what they want. Okay, and once you do that, I'm just going to save it to my desktop here. All right, you're going to hit OK. All right, and that is how you format a file correctly for ACX, and they accept it all day long. Okay, what I have found with ACX is sadly you can mess up a lot of other stuff like in the audio. I mean, what I mean by mess up is like, you know, maybe it's not as cleanly edited with like mouth noise and different things like that. But this formatting is really, really, really important, okay? So let's see, we got here, let's go to, all right, so it's really important here. Let's say we got, so the chain that you're going to use, okay? All right, so hopefully you can, you can see this. I don't even know what I'm doing here. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, here we go. So the chain that you're going to be using, okay, is 1. All right, you EQ. All right, 2. All right, you go ahead and do total RMS. All right, between -17 and -20. Oh, that came out kind of weird. All right, so RMS, we'll go, what did I say, -17 between -20. Ooh, 20. I don't know why that's causing me so much problem. Okay, there we go. So that's what it's between, okay, -23, excuse me. Okay, all right, and there you go. So it's between those. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to do your NS1 mono, because the files have to be in mono. That's important. I didn't say that, but hopefully you saw that. They can't be in stereo. They have to be in mono. All right, NS1 mono. All right, and then you're going to hard limit at 3. I've done 4 or 5 depending on what the audio is at, and you know, but 3 is the actual that's the actual requirement that they ask that you don't go above. So -3. Make sure that you have a nice consistent volume. Okay, all right. So that's it, and then you're going to save your files. Okay, at let's see, we're gonna go save your files. That is MP3. Okay, it is what we say, 44/100 hertz. All right, and it is at 16-bit, and it needs to be 192 kbps. Okay, all right. So that is what you save it as. Okay, and and then as a reminder, all files must be named exactly as they are in the script or in the book. So like, you know, so like if the book says chapter 1, like I said, you have to say chapter 1, and that also has to be the file name. All right. Now, except for opening and ending, okay, those you don't say opening at the beginning of the opening one. You say what the title is and ending at the ending. But the rest of them have to be the exact name, or ACX won't accept it. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully this was helpful to you. Let me see if I can actually make this a little bit bigger for you. How do I make it bigger faster? What is it? Goes bigger here, so I can go Control plus. All right, there you go. Okay, so hopefully that tells you the chain that I use for audiobooks. Okay, and hopefully that will help you know exactly what you need to save your files at. And I have helped people who have come to me who their books have been a mess. I mean, getting them on and off. Oh, there's one more thing I do want to talk to you about, actually. Glad that I remembered it. Okay, so basically, here's something key to look at. At the beginning and the end of each file, no matter what it is, okay, you have to have that formatted a certain way too. I'm glad I remember that. At the beginning of each file, it has to be in between the audio must start in between -5 or negative or 0.5 and 1. Okay, the audio must start within here. It can't start before or after. Okay, and at the end of the file, the audio must start between 1 to 5. It must go. There must be 1 to 5 seconds of a gap on the end. Okay, so you see here I have at least 1 second. All right, from here to here, it has to be a gap on the end. Okay, it's between 1 to 5 seconds. If there's not a 1 to 5 second gap at the end, they're not going to accept it. Like if it's 6 seconds at the end or 0.5 seconds, they won't accept it. So you have to make sure that you have that gap on the end. Okay, so I'm going to add that here. Let's see, 0.5 to 1 second with voice and 1 to 5 second. We'll say it's supposed to be just blank space. We'll just say blank space. Okay, so that's, you have to have that at the beginning and end of every single file, from the beginning, from the opening to the ending. Okay. All right, well, this is what you need. I think that is everything, yes. And then, of course, you go into ACX and you upload it there, and maybe I'll do another video of me uploading some stuff later, but this is how you save the files. No matter what file you get, if you save it this way, it will always pass ACX's standards, okay? All right, well, I hope that helps, and thank you guys so much for watching, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.